Hey everybody, and welcome. I don't know why the theme song like cut out right there. The last
Hey, welcome.
That's always fun. Hey buddies, how's it going?
Hello.
Guys, guess what?
We're doing the Fraggles dance.
The Fraggles? I haven't watched the Fraggles in a hot minute. Did you see that Apple TV has a Fraggle Rock show?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What's
What is
Fraggle
that?
Rock?
What's Fraggle?
Oh,
It's like
you sweet summer child.
It's like a Muppety
It's a
Sesame
Muppet.
Streets kind of.
Yeah, they live underground. There's the dozers,
Right.
The tiny people, and there's this crazy guy. Like it was one of those like live action / Muppets things where the guy in the real world had a dog that was always chasing the Fraggles that got through a portal to like his world. Like the Fraggles ending is I will cry. If you put it on right now, I will bawl.
Wait, let's watch it.
Because he's trying to like prove the existence of Fraggles his whole life, and they finally like reveal themselves to him.
Food poisoning.
You have food poisoning? Is that
No.
contagious?
Well,
Did you poison all the food in this room just by walking in?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to clean up my whole pantry
Wait,
now.
did you use food poisoning as an excuse not to hang out with
Well,
No.
Cameron?
Actually, the opposite.
that's
What? You used Cameron as an excuse not to get food poisoning? I don't get why would you do that?
No, Robbie moved into his apartment yesterday, which Robbie and I are now like 2 buildings over from each
Wow.
other
Whoa.
at our apartment
Y'all
complex.
are gonna
That's so fun.
We're gonna have
footy
so much
pajamas and popcorn.
And we got some takeout tonight, and Cameron and Maddie were there as well, and they were trying to get me to.
You poisoned Blake's food?
No, they're
Like I really need an excuse not to go to this thing. Just
Blake,
No.
do a robot emoji if Will is slowly poisoning you.
they
like in the Sixth Sense.
What? Yeah, okay, you're right. Yes, or like 1,000 movies. But go ahead. Keep going with your story. Well, this is our fault now for why he hasn't gotten through a sentence of the story.
They were trying to get me to tell you guys that I had food poisoning or something, so that I didn't have to come do the podcast.
Wow.
What? Who?
Boo! Wait a
I'm not
minute.
gonna say any names.
Food poisoning was
Cameron
an excuse to not hang
and
out
Robbie?
with us.
No, Robbie was one of the only one. It was
The only
Cameron, Maddie,
voice of
and Blake.
reason.
They were the
Wow.
ones that said.
Okay, ban him from the chat. Ban Blake.
But
No,
we could have gotten a seat filler.
yeah.
If
no, this was like 30 minutes ago.
Oh well.
Well, it wouldn't
That
be
would
the
have been
first
short
time.
notice.
Guys, I can't do it tonight. I just remembered I have homework. What?
Oh Lord.
Will, you literally made that up.
We could have filled your seat with my sister, who got engaged over the weekend. It's crazy. It's such a wild time.
So, is a Facebook congratulations a real congratulations? Is that all you should say to that person?
yeah. Oh,
that all you should say to that?
No,
if you see them again in real life, of course you have
Of
to say
course you
congratulations.
do, but
Yes.
But if you don't see them again in real life, then a Facebook congratulations is a perfectly adequate
I
substitute.
mean they're 2 rooms away, and Will's only done a Facebook congratulations. That's all I'm saying.
I've not seen Chloe
No,
or Nathan
it would
since I've
be
been.
Go knock on the door.
psychotic. It would be psychotic to go knock on the door.
Robot emoji.
How behind
Jack
is
Hughes.
how behind is
You're
her
Jack
stream?
Jack Hughes, you're doing Munchausen's by proxy.
Munchausen's by proxy. Oh Lord.
Jenna.
But yeah, they got engaged over the weekend. We went to the lake, and I didn't catch any fish, unfortunately. But we did cook.
Unfortunately,
hamburgers.
you didn't catch any fish.
We did cook
Blaine also doesn't know
hamburgers
anything
on
about
open fire.
fishing.
I don't. What are spoons?
He was trying to
What are
talk. He was trying to talk to
spoons?
me and Nathan about fishing right before this, and he was like, "Spoons." Like that's a very well known and popular fishing lure.
A spoon?
It's concave so that it looks
And it flashes
like a
light.
fish.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like almost like a little.
It does flashlight. That's the point of it
disc.
turning. It does flash.
Yeah.
It
Well,
no,
catches the sunlight.
He said he asked what it is, and then he immediately knew what it was.
he knew what it was when
I
I
just
started.
didn't know it was called a spoon.
He was like, "Spoons? Why don't you use fork?"
The thing that looks like a spoon.
No, Nathan said that great joke.
No,
I
Nathan
said,
did. That is
well,
the
if they're
joke
not
to
going to
make.
bite spoons, then they're not going to bite.
If they won't eat spoons, they won't eat anything. Oh yeah, Shannon went trout fishing in Yellowstone.
Oh,
Wow, that sounds fun. That's
that's what Kevin was like. They what do they call it? They put trout
They stock
in
rainbow
it.
trout in several Texas parks and wildlife lands, which
Which sounds
is not
insane to
technically-
catch a trout
like,
in
so the-
Southeast Texas.
the I don't know if they stock them at Village Creek, but I know they stock them at the ponds by the saltwater barrier.
We lost Will. He's dramatic.
No. Guys, I'm just tired.
But yeah, you can
interested.
catch trout in Texas for where they and you can look up on the website where they stock them. They stocked them at LBJ too when I was there outside of Austin.
I guess that's just because a lot of trout. What are you gonna do with them?
Is there too much trout?
I like when Blaine tries to talk about. Did you guys see the sports team last night?
Man,
a lot of trout. Hey,
they made that ball go far fast.
Hello, Mary hi ho, gentlemen. I'm here to go a trouting.
I'm not one of Robin Hood's merry men. Or a Conehead from the movie Coneheads.
Yes.
With Dan Aykroyd.
Right. And Jane Curtin.
Guys, I saw
that person too. Sorry.
Go ahead, Will. We're just naming random people from movies that no one's seen.
No one's interested.
In Coneheads, that movie's great.
No, shut up. That movie
It's a bad
sucks.
movie.
That movie is so
such a
fun.
bad
That movie was never funny in its life.
So bad.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw Mission Impossible.
Oh!
Final Reckoning.
Was it?
Wait. First off, spoiler warning
alert.
for the next.
Spoiler
Alert.
alert for Final
Alert.
Reckoning.
Wait, we should say like the next 5 minutes. We're gonna talk about spoilers, and then we're gonna go spoiler free. So that if they want to watch it,
that.
what if they want to watch
If
it
you don't want to be spoiled, then just get out of here
and come back in like 5 minutes? and we'll
Don't
be
do
done.
that.
I'm
We're
going to
still
spoil
gonna
it.
be talking about
I'm going to spoil it in 6 minutes.
That's so mean.
I'm going to spoil it in 6 minutes.
Hey, it kind of didn't seem like it was the final reckoning. It kind of like
It didn't?
Yeah,
The ending felt like
not enough people died.
They really
I thought
wrapped
Tom
it up in a
Cruise was
bow,
going to
I
I
do
did
it.
too.
That's what they did with. So this is going to spoil a movie from 3 years ago, but okay, bye, Shannon. But like James Bond dies at the end of the James.
That was
Daniel
crazy.
Craig. That was crazy.
so
That was
good.
it was
movie.
perfect. It was
So
done.
good.
It was done
Yeah,
perfectly.
yeah.
I thought they were going to do something like that with Mission Impossible.
Right.
So I guess it would have been cheesy if like all the original team died,
Yeah.
but Luther did die. Like Ving Rhames' character
Which
died.
And Mission
I guess he has
Impossible
this
isn't-
sickness now that like we don't know about.
But Ving
was
Rhames,
from
like,
the last
actually,
movie.
my dad was saying that Ving Rhames died. Did Ving Rhames die in real life?
No, did he? I don't know.
No, wait. Look
Unless
it
it happened today, I was out in the woods.
He didn't die.
You can talk about something
this
else.
is
No,
kind
we're
of
not
what
gonna
happens. I think I might have killed George Kennedy because it was like the day before he died. I was like, is George Kennedy still alive? Like I was in a group of people like asking that, and I looked him up. He's an old actor. It doesn't matter. And I looked him up and was like, oh, good, he's still alive, and he died the next day.
Wow.
He was in his 90s.
You did
okay?
that to him.
Yeah, I killed him.
Yeah, it doesn't have a death year on
Yeah.
Wikipedia.
He's not
so
dead.
I don't think so. I don't know why my dad said that.
That's how you check. No deaths here on Wikipedia yet, so I guess he's still alive.
Hey, it's a communal
The
encyclopedia.
news doesn't say when
Everybody
a person's
in the
dead.
world
Haven't
can
you
write
seen
information
Aaron
there.
Sorkin's newsroom? These jokes are just for Blaine.
That was a great scene in that show. So good.
Wait, are we not talking about Mission Impossible anymore?
You better tell Wikipedia that
have
she
like
wants to
3
cancel this
more
program.
minutes.
She better bring more than a couple of guys.
You're a newsman. Okay, we're just gonna quote the newsroom.
We
for
have
that.
like 2 more minutes. No one's
Yeah,
watched
I'm
the
gonna
newsroom.
spoil it.
No.
But there's no one here because you said you're gonna do spoilers.
Okay.
No one has talked.
Oh, we're spoiling the movie.
Hey, Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning, kind of a solid C.
See,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Or B.
all
The first
of the
hour
Mission
was
Impossibles-
exposition.
The first hour
It was so
bad.
boring for like an hour.
I was so worried the first hour.
Nothing happens until that
So,
knife fight in the submarine.
It wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be,
which
but,
is sad for it to be the last one.
Which is sad for it to be the last one, but I still loved it.
But it also might not be the
I
last
did
one.
have a lot of fun.
I think it's going to be the last
Any
one.
interview
I think
I've
so.
seen of Tom Cruise, if someone asks, okay, is this the last one? He's like, well, what's in the title? He doesn't ever say, yes, this is the last one. Like,
It was very long.
it was,
It was long.
So the way that they make Mission Impossible movies is they think of set pieces. They've explained this before.
Yeah.
They think of set pieces, action sequences
And they
to
tie them
do,
together.
and then they kind of build a movie around that.
I love it.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And they are the best action movies that happen.
And Fallout is such a peak example of exactly that kind of storytelling.
Exactly.
Also, I really liked the Dead Reckoning.
I liked Dead Reckoning better than Final Reckoning. But I still thought Final Reckoning was great. Like, I think because I noticed that the first half of the movie was exposition or flashbacks from all the other movies. So because I think they kind of decided this is going to be the last one, they had to tie up all these loose ends that they had not mentioned since the first Mission Impossible was 1996. But they've been making these for 30 years. They also Kittredge is from the first Mission Impossible, and he hasn't been in another one since these last two. That's it. Yeah. They brought him back for these two,
right?
And it's because they wanted to try to tie up on it, which I think is nice. But I didn't need all of that. I think it's these characters are... People can jump in and jump out of these. And they reference so many things from the last one that I was like... I haven't seen the last one in 2 years. I didn't know what some of the stuff they were talking about. So did it help
you? But yeah, the flashbacks at the beginning, it really nullified the whole purpose for the last movie. They almost didn't even have to make that movie.
So that's the other thing.
Key off screen.
That's the other thing. They should have just made one movie.
Yeah.
They wanted to make, instead of $1 billion, they wanted to make $2 billion. That's just how it goes. But so Tom Cruise is a crazy person, but
he is a crazy person.
He seems genuinely, and everybody who's ever worked with him, not Scientologists. This has nothing to do with Scientology, but everybody who's ever worked with him seems to just have nothing but the nicest of things to say to him. Yeah. The one time they caught him freaking out on tape was when somebody
trying to protect people for COVID.
Trying to protect people from COVID and from shutting down the pictures. Hey, I'm a millionaire, but all these people on the crew have families that they are supporting.
Right.
And these three guys that weren't wearing their masks or doing COVID protocols, were about to shut down the entire production and cost everybody all their time. Right. And he tied it back to making a movie for people. He's one of the only people that talks about it that way. He puts stingers at the front of movies saying, hey, we made this for you. Thank you. We want you to enjoy it. Yeah. He goes to theaters himself.
Yeah.
He is obsessed with popcorn, apparently.
Yes, that was psychotic.
And all your popcorn before the movie.
Yeah.
My take on it was he's doing... he's what do normal people talk about? What does a regular person talk? Ooh, everybody loves popcorn. he's eating it like a psycho.
He is eating like a psycho. Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
And then the first thing he says to a guy is you ate all your popcorn already.
Which I would just die. In that moment,
I would
the only
thing that Tom Cruise ever. Oh yeah, we've been sitting here for 5 minutes and I've finished. It was a giant bucket of popcorn. And it was really gone.
I feel like he was sharing it with friends or something.
I don't know. He was on the end.
That was so funny. Oh my god!
So you bring it up because the Mission Impossible movies.
Oh, we should rank the movies.
Oh yes,
let's rank the movies.
I'd pull this up before the thing.
Yes. No, this is
why we're going
natural.
Oh yeah, this is spontaneous.
Oh yeah. Blaine.
Wait, guys, what if we ranked the movies?
What if we assigned a number to the movie that we like the best?
Not a number.
Not a number. Oh, yeah.
It's more of a letter grade.
A letter that we had to decide that there was a letter better than A. We already had something. We already had a way to say, this is the best. And then somebody was like, you know what would really be the best? S.
That's why there's an A and an
what does
A
S
plus.
Stand for? What does S stand for?
Why aren't we ranking these worst to best?
You know how the alphabet goes. S, A, B, C, D, E, F.
Why don't we rank them worst to best?
Why don't we just start with the first movie and decide what tier it goes in?
Well,
this is after we told people there wouldn't be any spoilers anymore. So Tom Cruise lives and Ving Rhames dies.
Okay, Kevin, you are the worst type of person. Well, in high school, someone spoiled Knives Out for me.
What? That's
that is crazy.
No, not just me. The whole class.
That's crazy.
So I am usually very protective of spoilers. Does anybody care about Mission Impossible?
No. And everybody knew that Tom Cruise was not going to die.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible is not Mission Impossible is not the ballsy kind of franchise that would kill their.
Now I'm not going to be there was that youth minister that went on and spoiled Endgame because he was trying to be cool.
That was psychotic.
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all.
And he got booed. I'm yes, boo that guy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Hey, these are out of order, but that's okay.
Yeah, S is in front of A for some reason.
No, the movie
R S.
6.
4. It doesn't. It won't let me put them in order.
Oh, it just did. So there you go. It did it.
5, 6,
dirty liar.
7, 8. Nope.
7, 8.
Yes,
There you
that's
go.
8. The
That's
one with the
all 8.
biplane is 8.
Sorry.
Yep. Okay, Mission Impossible 1. What's here?
So, when's the last time you saw it?
Last time,
it's been a
2023,
while.
before
You did a marathon?
part 1, I did a marathon.
Yeah, it's been a while, but it's been within the last 3 years.
So here's the deal. Mission Impossible 1 was like old school spy thriller.
Yes, it is a whole different vibe.
Sort of action movie.
Yeah.
It's more so a spy thriller. Because
For
of that,
sure.
I like it a lot. So it was also, I was 11 when it came out. I was the perfect, like we saw it in movie theaters. There was video games about it. It was a
Yeah.
really, really big deal. And it was before Tom Cruise was really Tom Cruise. He had been in stuff, but he wasn't like the Tom Cruise, like Hollywood person that he is today. And so it was sort of like this ensemble cast. Jon Voight's in it. I'm going to say at least A, if not S.
I agree with that.
I was
I don't
gonna
know
say
about
B.
S. I say A.
I think it's B. Here's why.
Why?
Okay.
Well, actually,
If
I
you're gonna
will say
it's boring or stuff.
No, it's not boring.
You're wrong. It's the best written one.
it's not boring.
It is really good. The freaking helicopter train sequence at the end.
Yeah, man.
The lowering down
Yeah.
into the vault.
Actually,
4 o'clock, Ethan. Or 400. Or 400. 4 o'clock.
him lowering into the vault, I think it's the best scene in all the movies.
So good.
Right.
So maybe it's
why
A.
is that B?
Okay, I feel like
Oh!
Oh, whoa.
You know what? You know who the best person in the last one was?
the
Guy from the first one.
Yes, the guy in the
Ludlow
vault.
from the first one from the vault.
That was so good.
He was
That
amazing in this. He was the best
That was the
character
best
in the
part of
whole
the whole movie. That 100%.
You know what? Put it up on S.
No, it's not S. It's not S. It's A.
That was so good. And who knows that like random guy could like come back and
I
like,
know. Has
act.
he even been anything?
He
since
was
then?
great. He was
great.
so good.
better get
Yeah,
some work off
I
of
looked
this.
at
Yeah.
IMDb. He doesn't have many credits. Like
He was
They
so
probably
good.
just asked him, "Hey, you want $2 million to come do this?"
Okay, well, I think we can all
gonna say
agree on Mission Impossible 2.
Mission Impossible 2
Ooh.
is D.
Yeah, I'll agree.
It's not F.
I might
So
say
here's the
C,
thing.
but it's pretty bad. It's,
I have one of my siblings was obsessed.
with Mission
Mission
Impossible
Impossible
2?
Like we would rent it all the I've seen probably Mission Impossible
Wow.
2 more than any of them, and I cannot.
What's-
I can never watch it again.
Name one. Like, what is one scene in that movie that is good?
Him
Like,
him
so-
climbing the cliffs at the beginning is fun.
Yeah.
So
The whole motorcycle chase sequence is pretty
Well,
fun.
so it's John Woo. So
Right. It's hyper
it's
stylized.
all John Woo action sequences, which when it first came out was like the most popular thing at the
Right.
time. But
It's
it's a
super
very
90s.
very specific time in
Yes.
history when
Oh my
people
gosh.
wanted action scenes
Yeah.
like that. And Tom Cruise and John Woo like became best buds or something, and
Yeah.
so that is why. Like they wanted it to look like what's the famous one, No Tomorrow, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
They wanted all the action scenes to look like that, and they did that kind of action scene really
Die
well.
Another Day.
But it
felt like-
not
but
Die
it didn't-
Another Day.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't.
It's what's the
it
one?
doesn't hold up.
Something Tomorrow. It's the actual John Woo movie with Chow Yun-fat. Anyway,
yeah, I
it
can't
doesn't matter.
Hey,
but
no one cares.
hey,
Anthony Hopkins is in it for
absolutely.
5 seconds.
He is. Let's talk about that. Let's scrap this and talk about.
I'm trying to think of some positives.
Okay. Yeah. It's just not a good movie.
I'll agree. It goes in D.
Anthony Hopkins is not in Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah, he's the spy master guy. He's like the guy giving him missions and stuff.
Oh, I thought that was 3.
No, that's 2.
Okay,
Lawrence Fishburne is the guy
that's
in 3.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that is rightly D.
Yes.
3? There's only one good thing about Mission Impossible 3 for me.
no,
And
that's
it's Philip
not
Seymour
true.
Hoffman.
It's Philip Seymour
Philip
Hoffman.
Seymour Hoffman is so good.
Yeah.
You know what?
I think
So
it's B.
good.
I think I would put Mission Impossible 3 as D also.
Oh, boo!
If I hadn't developed such a hatred for Mission Impossible 2.
I think it's B.
Boo! I think it's solidly B.
No, they like
the whole sequence
they like
where they-
resurrect him from the dead, and he like immediately grabs his gun. He's like, "I'm in protection mode."
But that's such an intense sequence.
They put a tiny bomb in Carrie Russell's head that makes her
Yeah.
eyes go cross.
That was crazy. that's
That's how they kill Carrie Russell, who was like the cutesy like pop star of ABC.
But the whole like helicopter chase sequence through the windmills, the him trying to find her like in that Chinese town or whatever.
No.
The whole like idea of him trying to like lay down roots and get
So this
married.
one-
Put it out a B.
The marriage sequence in the hospital.
I know the marriage sequence in the hospital is trash.
The fight sequence on
Trash.
the bridge.
Boo, sir.
No, I love this
Guys,
movie.
this was a bad idea.
Boo, sir.
It's so good.
So
I think B.
J.J. Abrams.
I'll agree to B.
J.J. Abrams was obsessed with everything that was like he basically was doing an Alias episode, like the Jennifer Garner show.
Yeah, it's a
that's
little
what
Alias-y.
this movie is.
I agree with that.
It's C. I say C.
I say B.
But you don't think Philip Seymour Hoffman's
No,
7.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
7.
Philip Seymour Hoffman takes it from a C, from a D to a C.
No, but
No,
listen,
that's crazy.
he is
That's
one of
crazy.
the greatest villains in like anything. So I
He's
feel
so
like
good.
it is enough because it's enough to make you want to watch the movie again. Of like,
Yes.
oh my gosh, he's incredible. I think it brings it up to a B.
I'm gonna say B.
I'm gonna find somebody you love.
Yes. Oh my God.
I'm gonna hurt her.
It's so good.
I'm gonna find
I'm putting it
her,
in B. I don't care what you
and
say.
I'm gonna hurt her.
It's
I
going
wanna
to
C.
B.
I'm with Blake.
Look up Rotten Tomatoes right now.
No. Okay, moving on
Okay.
to Mission Impossible.
Hey, y'all are gonna
Protocol.
disagree with me.
S.
S tier.
S.
S tier.
S tier.
I'm gonna disagree.
Really?
S.
Ghost Protocol goes S tier.
The Burj Khalifa scene? Are you crazy? The Russia, the inside the Kremlin scene where they had the cool like hologram
good.
thing. The chase sequence with the sandstorm.
I will accept A or B for this.
Oh.
B. No.
C.
This-
I mean S tier.
This
S
was the
tier.
first Ghost. This was the first Mission Impossible movie I ever watched, and I maybe saw it.
This is the first one you ever watched?
Yes.
How many times?
What year did this come out?
I did watch this one a lot.
2011, I think,
Something like
or
that.
something.
How
So
old were you?
I was 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I probably
That
saw
clocks.
it 10 times before I knew there were any other ones. I was like, I just want to watch this. It's so good. Jeremy
It's so
Renner's
good.
character is good.
I think it's great.
Simon Pegg. They really let Simon Pegg loose in the
This
fourth
is
one.
not.
in
This is
Ghost
not in my
Protocol.
top 3 though.
Oh, boo!
Oh, yeah, it's my
That's
number
crazy.
one.
I think the
I think
next.
this is
I
my
think I
favorite
like the
one.
next 3 better than this one.
Rogue
There's
Nation.
4. Rogue Nation's not.
You didn't like Rogue Nation?
Okay, this is crazy.
We-
the first
can't
one with
do this.
Rebecca Ferguson.
You have to be joshing
I
us.
like it. Wait, guys, let's talk about this.
You didn't like Rogue Nation? Why not?
I can be negotiated down to an A for Ghost Protocol.
But I think Ghost Protocol is better than the first one.
Well, like it can go here.
I don't think it's better than the first one.
It can go at the top of the A tier.
Okay.
I think the next 3 are S. I'm just going to say that right now.
There's
Whoa.
4, but there's 4.
I
See, that's why
said
he
I
said
think
the
the
next
next 3
3.
are S.
Oh.
I decided I can't count them. But Kevin, there's 4.
But Kevin,
Here's the thing about Rogue Nation. I know they're all. Wait, I just watched Rogue Nation. What happens in it?
there's he
just watched it
dives
the
into
other
the
day.
water. There's that
That's a
really
cool
good
scene.
car chase sequence after the water.
whole it has the spy elements too of them trying to assassinate the
and
guy.
I do really love Rebecca Ferguson.
Yes.
Yeah, and I really
This
like
is the introduction to her character.
the villain guy in this one is
Yes,
really good too.
and he's the villain for all the rest of them until
yeah.
these last 2.
He's really good too. There are lots of elements of Rogue Nation that I really like, but I think it goes in C
I think Rogue Nation.
You think Rogue Nation goes in C?
Here's the thing about Rogue
or
Nation.
bottom of the B tier.
It has no. The payoff in the end is so sudden. Like it feels.
It does feel like they wrap it up real quick at the end.
It wraps up. It's
Yeah.
like I'm waiting for a big fight scene between him and the guy.
Mission Impossible
that-
3, Rotten Tomatoes, 73%. That's a C, my boys.
We're not asking other people their opinions.
I'm just saying,
We're asking the 3 people in the room.
the world agrees with me.
Kevin,
Well, no, because-
that doesn't
And the
matter.
audience score is lower.
The world
You
be
puds.
The world be damned. I say Rogue Nation is the bottom of the B tier.
I could agree with that.
I don't agree. I'm not going to agree with the rest of this. I'm just going to use...
Wait, no.
I'm going to use Rotten Tomatoes to prove you wrong about
I think
all
Rogue
of these.
Nation is better than Mission Impossible 3.
I don't think that.
I do think that.
I think that's crazy.
Let's agree to put it in B tier.
Okay. We'll put it at the top of the B tier.
Yeah, for now.
Top of the B tier.
I think, but Kevin, do
Or-
you not agree that
I could be negotiated to the bottom of the A tier.
Rotten Tomatoes, Rogue
Oh my
Nation, 94%.
Jeez.
You guys suck at this.
no, that's not the. It's our
No.
preference. It's-
Yes, but your preference is against everyone else's.
Okay.
You're talking
gonna
to me
say-
like I'm the one. I'm the odd man out.
I'm going to say
Because y'all keep being
you
wrong.
are the odd man out.
Because y'all keep
Of
being
this
wrong.
room.
Of this room is the dumbest room I've ever been in. And I've been to the DMV.
Okay. Bottom of the A tier.
Okay, I can agree with that. Bottom of the A tier.
Okay, Fallout is
S.
Okay.
Top of the S tier. This is
Right? Does everybody agree?
I think this
or
is
not?
I think this is the best Mission Impossible movie.
I am going to agree with
I
that.
think Ghost Protocol is better, but that's okay.
You think Ghost Protocol is better than Fallout?
Fallout.
I don't know
Let's look
about-
at the Rotten
yeah.
Tomatoes on Fallout.
No, I don't care. Okay, here's the thing. Yeah, spoilers are done, Cameron. Fallout, the ending sequence with him and
The
Superman
helicopter.
and the helicopter
Henry Cavill
The best.
is unbelievable
It
cinema.
is, but it's so like.
Are you about to complain
What?
about it?
No.
What are you talking
Okay.
about?
I might have to beat you up, Kevin.
No. Here, I know that you have to like. None of it's realistic. It's all like
Fallout 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Are you saying you don't like it because it's not
It's just
realistic?
constantly like.
Well, oh wait,
They crashed.
I could no longer suspend my disbelief.
Yeah,
And
after they
that's
exploded-
impossible is in the name.
Exploded the Kremlin and scaled the Burj Khalifa.
Yes, but crashing in both of them crashing in helicopters and like being okay enough to fight each other is like it's almost a line for me.
That's
People-
silly.
People do die
And-
very often in helicopter crashes.
That is true. But like there's so much in that movie besides just the helicopter sequence as well. The whole skydiving sequence, the bathroom fight.
Yeah. Oh, the bathroom fight is one of the best
It's
scenes. as
so
well,
good.
in all of
That
it.
whole movie
I
is
can agree
so,
with
so
that.
Okay,
S tier.
Ghost Protocol has 94%.
S tier.
I can wait.
That's
so
the same as Rogue Nation.
that's true.
No, Rogue Nate.
You said
Yeah.
94% for Rogue Nation.
Yeah. So, and they're both
So
in A.
yeah, so we're doing pretty good here.
I think Ghost Protocol is S, but that's okay.
Well, no one else does.
S tier for
Comment down
Fallout for sure. S tier for Fallout.
I can agree to that. Look,
for
Kevin,
Fallout
this
for
is
sure.
someone letting someone else's opinion take.
That's why I let Mission Impossible 3 be in B.
He just wants you to know that he's
I
a bigger
haven't
man.
gotten my way on barely any of these. What are you talking about? This is how I compromise. No, every one of these is where you want it, except for Ghost Protocol.
Okay. We're
You
gonna finish the list and then we'll let Kevin rearrange it at the end. I think that'll be interesting.
No,
I think
Yeah,
that'll be
I'll put
interesting.
it where it actually goes.
Yeah, that'll be
because
good. That'll be good.
All
Because we can download.
audiences and every critic that's reviewed these movies is
We
agree
can
with
we
me.
can
I don't
download
I have
the
a personal
non-Kevin version of
connection.
the list, and then we'll make a Kevin version.
I have
of
a
the
personal connection to Ghost Protocol that makes me want to watch it more than any other movie. It's the perfect
This is your
length.
favorite movie?
Well,
out
favorite
of
Mission Impossible movie.
Oh, you just said any other movie.
Any other Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah, I really really like Ghost Protocol, and I think the action sequences, like the whatever they call
I feel like
the main.
I love Ghost
huge-
Protocol.
match.
I just don't think it's the best Mission Impossible movie.
I love when the mask. It's the first one.
I
where
think
the,
A is the proper place for it.
It's
to
the
be.
first one where
the
them trying to
masks
make the
don't
mask
work.
doesn't work,
Yeah,
and so they have to like
yeah.
just be like old school spies. And
Yeah, it is super
It's-
fun.
I love
Ghost Protocol is so
It
good.
doesn't have an answer key, but I was feeling like, okay, am I wrong about these? And then I looked it up and I was like, no, I'm not wrong. These guys are wrong.
I think Kevin is the. Cameron says, I think Kevin is the only one on the couch that thinks this game has an answer key. That's a really good point.
It does
There's-
have an answer. Well, no,
Fallout-
they think it has an answer key too because they've gotten their way. They
Fallout-
think this is the answer key.
Fallout is S tier. We can all agree on that.
Okay. That's
Dead Reckoning.
I would accept
Bottom of
A
the B
or
tier.
S.
bottom of
S?
the B tier.
S, really?
I think
I would
I
accept-
don't think this is better than 3.
I would accept S.
Okay.
I wouldn't say S. I would say A.
Okay.
I certainly think it's better than B.
Better than the
3.
first one?
I think it's better
No,
than
it's
the
not better
first
than.
one.
Oh, this is wait. This is within A another listing.
Yes. If
Yeah,
you
yeah,
rank
yeah.
them-
Oh, I thought they were just
No,
like
no,
together.
no. Yeah.
Y'all gonna-
Top of the
No,
A tier,
boo.
bottom of the A tier.
Boo!
We should have told him that. Dang it.
Better than the first
Mission
one?
Impossible, the first one.
Okay.
No.
Mission Impossible.
You get to
the
do this
first
at the
one.
end.
Okay, fine.
He does it at the
Fine,
end.
do your
Okay,
stupid, idiotic list where
Well, you can be
Ghost
as dumb as a butt.
Protocol is better.
We're going to watch Ghost Protocol and Mission
I've seen
Impossible
Ghost
1
Protocol.
together
I've seen them
tonight.
more than you have.
And I
All these
promise
movies
you,
more than
Ghost.
you have.
You've
I
not
promise
seen.
you.
You've not seen Ghost Protocol more than me. I
think
promise.
so?
I
Ooh.
promise.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, maybe that's your problem. Maybe you should watch some other ones sometime. Maybe you should watch some of the other ones of these.
Yeah, probably.
So, Dead Reckoning.
Is it
This
better?
was Will's idea. Also.
This was. Dead Reckoning is very fun. I
I like the scene in the airport
I do. The airport sequence is super fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of the whole evil AI storyline that they did for the final two. I think it feels so cliche and like they're trying to like do commentary on AI.
I don't think it feels like commentary.
I don't think it feels like commentary. I think that they were trying to think what's the scariest bad guy we could think of, and then it's AI being in control of everything
and the whole like death of truth, and
I think it's outside the realm of what Mission Impossible has tackled before. I think it works better for them to have just a big bad guy.
Yeah.
I think it's an action movie.
It's a little too science fiction for a spy movie.
I don't mind the science fiction elements. Every one of them have had science fiction elements.
Hey,
sure.
You know what? They kill Rebecca Ferguson in this one. It needs to go down a few.
Oh, that is
They
true.
did not. The way that he keeps protecting
You know what?
Captain Carter, and she sucks every time until the very end. She keeps she keeps leaving him and taking whatever he needs.
You know what? I'm going to agree with you. Because that was my biggest complaint of this movie.
Why did they kill her?
Off screen.
They off screen, and they had set her up as the love. You have one movie left. They had set her up as the love interest.
Yes.
He doesn't even talk about her in the last movie.
At all.
He says nothing about her.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What they should have done, if they were really ballsy, is wrap up Tom Cruise's
full frontal
run.
nudity.
Right, exactly.
You know,
what if they wrapped up Tom Cruise's run of Mission Impossible and started reboot the franchise with Rebecca Ferguson as
would be
Mission
cool.
Impossible.
Put it at the top of B tier.
Based on Will's argument, which I agree with, I agree completely with it being in B tier above Mission Impossible 3.
Okay, I can live with that. I'll live with that.
It does have a great the train thing is great, and
Train scene is amazing.
Yeah.
And
the car.
what?
I like the car scene as well.
Yes, it's so fun, and the little Fiat.
And Haley Atwell does great in the movie.
Yeah, she was
There's
good.
just no reason to set up this arbitrary love interest that they don't even really ever explore.
Ever.
Right.
We'll talk about it when we get to this.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
More
Here we go.
spoilers coming.
Minor spoilers. I'll talk about minor spoilers.
Here comes minor spoilers for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. We don't have anything in C tier yet.
Okay, what if
That doesn't mean you have to put something in. If you're going to put anything in C tier, it's Mission Impossible 3.
Hey, he might be right.
If you're going to put something in C tier, it's Mission Impossible 3. And that goes in B tier.
You know what?
Behind.
Yes.
Here.
I think the last two deserve their own tier of just B tier Mission Impossible movies.
I would 100%.
I can acquiesce
I would
to
be
this.
fine with the first part being an A tier at the bottom of A tier, but I think it makes more sense for them both to be in B tier. Part one, part
like something like that.
No.
I put them both in B tier and then put Mission Impossible 3 in C.
I think I'm with
which
Kevin.
is what I said.
I think I'm with Kevin.
It's supposed to be in D. Philip Seymour Hoffman raises it up to C.
I can
you know what?
acquiesce to this.
Hold on. I forgot about it until they mentioned it in this last one.
You forgot about 3?
No. I forgot that he
the rabbit's foot.
He gets it, and they don't
ever
talk about it.
They don't ever talk about it until this movie.
I love the fact that it's just it's a brazen MacGuffin. It just doesn't.
It's always a MacGuffin.
It's always a MacGuffin.
Almost every single one.
But the third one is so like unabashedly like this is a MacGuffin, and we're not going to make any apologies for that.
Hey, you remember that rabbit's foot? Now I'm going to tell you what it is.
Yeah, I thought that was dumb that they felt like they needed to explain what the rabbit's foot was.
No, because they were trying to tie it together in a nice,
which is fine, I guess. I can acquiesce to what we have right here, right now.
No,
I'm not putting it.
They're outvoted.
It's 2 against 1.
This is exactly what happened where stuff gets where I don't want it. Just because you have the mouse doesn't mean you have the control.
Fine, but I do this under duress.
See, this is almost a perfect list.
I think this is pretty good.
I would make
This is a pretty good
the
list.
only change I would make is first Mission Impossible over Ghost Protocol. That's not what are you talking about?
That's the only change.
Your list.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised. I feel like you would have you've had like more issue with how we've been creating the list so far.
I would
more
probably
problems.
Ghost Protocol and Rogue Nation are pretty close for me, so I don't know which one I would put above.
That's cool.
Also, whatever happened to Jeremy Renner's character?
Yeah, no,
He's in 2 movies.
He's gone.
I thought he was going to show up in this one.
He got run over by a snowplow.
I know, but he's fine now.
Yeah.
He wrote a book about it. He's fine.
Well, yeah, you don't have
and
to.
he made an app.
You don't have to have use of your limbs to write a book.
Hey, I think this is a good tier list. I think we really knocked this one out of the park.
Too.
I think we really did.
I did it.
With minimal screaming.
You
I think
should.
we did the dang thing.
You should. I did a mini.
What do I say?
I did watch like the last 3 movies before seeing Mission Impossible, the newest one.
I like to log in,
which I recommend. But then when when I went and saw the movie, it sucked because they explain everything.
Wait, you took him out of B?
What just happened here?
You took him out of B.
It's fine. You don't need to save it.
I messed it up.
It's on the internet forever right now.
I messed it up. It took
you
the
deleted
ones
2 Mission Impossible movies?
No,
How do we get them?
I'll
they exist?
I'll put it back. Hold on.
No,
Just hold on
I don't have
1
time for
second.
this.
I don't have
We
object
time.
permanence. If I can't see all Mission Impossible movies, I don't think they exist.
Yeah, it sucks that I watched a lot of the last ones, and then they just they show flashbacks of them of what I just watched.
B.
Yeah, B.
B
And then B.
Yeah.
B.
Okay,
This is a good tier list.
This is very
real
good.
solid.
I only have one that
Yeah,
I would
me
change.
too. I would put Ghost
Blaine
Protocol
would
at the very
change.
beginning.
And I would put.
See, we all have one change that we would make.
Yeah.
That's,
There you go.
We
And
really
that's
compromised that.
And
Yeah.
that's
Look at
compromise.
that.
Let's hold
We
each
did
other's
it.
hands.
Let's not do that.
We hate men. Oh,
What? I love Tom
being-
Cruise. Tom Cruise is our today's Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? But maybe
He's not
better.
that much younger than Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I guess
Tom Cruise is like the next generation's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Cameron was the one who told me that Tom Cruise is the same age in this movie as Ian McKellen was whenever he did Gandalf in Lord of the Rings.
Tom Cruise is like
What?
62, right? How old
Which
is
is crazy.
That's insane.
It's a wild time.
And he hangs on the. This is maybe
that biplane sequence was super
So
cool.
that
long.
was and it was insane.
It was
That's why
insane.
like you can't really like Mission Impossible 2 had stuff like that too.
Yeah, none of these are bad movies.
Yeah.
These are all
Yeah.
like Mission Impossible series as a whole is like probably an S tier.
It's like perfect
Yeah.
action.
series.
Very good
of-
franchise of
yeah.
movies. Which is hard to
We
say.
really came together by the end of it.
Guys, I love you. I love you guys.
I love you almost as much as Mission Impossible.
Wow.
Makes me want to watch them again.
It would be impossible for me to love
Well,
you
okay,
more.
wait. So now we
Real
rank
true Mission Impossible. Love you guys more.
Mission Impossible or Indiana Jones.
No, are you
Indiana
kidding?
Jones, are you
Wrong
crazy?
room. Wrong
Are you
room.
crazy?
No,
Mission
I'd,
Impossible or Indiana Jones? Like, which is better?
I'd probably
just
say
watched-
Indiana Jones.
Did you have
I
a
just watched
stroke?
Last Crusade over the weekend.
I watched Dial of Destiny for the.
I haven't seen it. Why
So
didn't you
it's
watch
better-
it?
Boo!
I could watch it again.
I was not terribly disappointed by Dial of Destiny.
It was better than I thought it was the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
It did feel like way more like an Indiana Jones movie than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull did, crazily.
yes.
Because
Hey,
that one was made by
That
George
was
Lucas.
insane.
You're gonna feel the same
Steven
about
Spielberg.
my Ghost Protocol take because I like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
So, hey, you know what?
So does Kevin.
I am a Kingdom of the Crystal Skull
Defender. Yes,
Oh,
he
okay,
is.
okay, good.
It's one of his few flaws.
I don't hate it. There are things to hate, like Shia LaBeouf, King of the Monkeys
Yep.
scene is.
There's one scene of him swinging on vines like a monkey.
Refrigerator launched by a nuclear explosion.
The refrigerator, and Blaine just mispronounced nuclear. Again.
Nuclear. Excuse me. I was raised in the
That's
South.
dumb too. But like as a movie, like when we walked out of theater, some of the people I saw it with originally were like, "Oh, aliens and Indiana Jones." I was like, "Do you know
That
what?
is silly.
Do you know what Indiana Jones is based off of? It's based
Yeah.
off these serial like Saturday morning TV shows, and Indiana Jones changes with the time period that he's in. In the 50s, everybody was talking about aliens. This makes perfect sense, and especially since it ties it to religions in the Americas.
Yeah.
That's like perfect for Indiana Jones to me.
Yeah.
I just think it was poorly executed in some ways.
Yeah.
A lot of the action was fine though. I don't mind the nuking the fridge scene
Me either.
that much.
It's like the same of crashing a helicopter.
The really bad part is them trying to shoehorn Shia LaBeouf into being Indiana Jones. That's what they're trying to do. And
then
that's
it
where
never
all of
happened.
the problems come from. Well, it never happened because Shia LaBeouf went crazy. I think it might have been part of the plan if Shia LaBeouf stayed more mainstream than he did. So they killed him for the.
Yeah, they did.
I can promise you one thing.
And you're not allowed to say Mission Impossible or Indiana Jones
I know.
without
No,
having
we already-
seen Dial of Destiny.
I
We
know.
already chastised them
No,
for that.
I honestly, even without seeing Dial of Destiny, I'd still probably say Indiana Jones. Temple of Doom is one of my favorite movies ever.
So good.
Temple of Doom is great. The
Like,
best Indiana Jones
that-
is Raiders of the
that
Lost
is-
Ark.
Absolutely.
One of the,
100%.
I think that was one of the first movies I watched like as a kid.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because it's scary.
It is scary.
Temple of Doom is
There's
kinda
like-
scary.
Temple of Doom is like
scary.
there's like
rips his heart out of his chest.
Yeah.
You betrayed Sheba.
Then like eating the monkey brains. I like just. I love that movie. Yeah. So I'd probably say Indiana Jones is better. I was just wondering. I thought they seemed like.
I feel like a lot of people will go to saying like Last Crusade is the best one, which I feel like is such a simplistic take on the Indiana Jones franchise.
Like, there was there was two trilogies that I like wore out on VHS as a kid. First was obviously Star Wars.
Obviously,
a very close second was Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
because there was only 3, but. As a kid, Last Crusade was my favorite because to me it had the best action. I liked Sean Connery is one of the best characters in an Indiana Jones movie.
He is so fun.
They do the comedy between father and son perfectly in that.
Ticket.
yeah. And that kind of comedy, Indiana Jones has always been really good at until the last 2 movies. But and so that used to be my favorite. And then as I got older, I realized that just Raiders of the Lost Ark is a technical masterpiece.
Cinematic masterpiece.
Yes.
The whole sequence where he's explaining the staff of Ra with the thing to the guys, to the FBI guys is so good.
I'm watching it right now as you're saying it.
Wait. What? To the FBI guys?
Yeah,
the FBI guys in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Before
they pick up on the Nazi communique.
What's the matter? You guys didn't go to Sunday school? Like we learned like about the staff of Ron. That's another
on the
thing.
Chalkboard. And
on the chalkboard.
Yeah. You know one of those guys? You know who one of those guys is?
He's Porkins.
He's Porkins from
George. What's his name in Indiana Jones? Major Eaton.
George Lucas hated this guy.
Hated him.
He put this guy is a little overweight. George Lucas put him in Star Wars.
In 2 different movies.
And named him Porkins. Yeah. And then put him in Indiana Jones and named him Major Eaton.
Guys, I can promise you one thing.
Wild.
We've talked about 3 franchises that Blake is gone. She's probably the second I mentioned tier list of Mission Impossible. Everybody's gone. Well,
hey, you know what? That's fine because
this is just what I would be doing anyway.
We have like 15 minutes left. I did save 2 videos, if that's okay.
Sorry, Shannon. You're still there. We're very happy that's the case.
have a video to piss Kevin off.
Ooh, I always love those.
It's honestly like just a pretty upsetting video.
It's a fan favorite.
But it pisses me off. I think it's gonna piss us all off in like multiple ways.
Is this the airplane one?
No, it's the other one.
Okay. Because the airplane one is psychotic.
The airplane one is psychotic.
I don't mind
airplanes. It's hard to be as upset about it. Yeah, it's the other one.
W episode.
Yes, W episode.
Let's see.
We're like we're begging them to interact.
Please talk to us.
Please put things in the chat.
Okay. I'm not sure. I didn't think I heard any bad language.
But it was.
Oh yeah. The last time you were like, "Oh, there might be some profanity in this," immediately it was like the worst words after one.
Sorry.
Did you see what Shannon? Her effed up came like exactly when we were talking about no one. It's like, sorry, we didn't know you were there.
Is this the one? This
is the one.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
You ready, Kevin?
Watch your profanity.
You ready to get pissed off?
Sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay, I'm really bad.
I need a way to boost the audio. Free.
Oh well. So what am I looking at? I'm looking at a crash truck.
Yeah.
Here,
okay.
Hold on.
Just
do this.
Don't love that.
Filters. Yeah. We're gonna do it like that.
Is everybody okay?
Yeah. Wait, don't play the first part again.
Big Red, no, man, no. Big.
What is happening?
What happened? What are they doing?
Just what?
Oh my god!
What are they doing?
Why are they verbally abusing this guy?
I think this is like where I feel like a boomer.
Cult gathering.
Big Red goes on voting. My doors.
Okay, you can stop it there. That's fine.
What are we watching? We're watching them.
Yeah,
it is a kid, Big Red. He's a redhead.
Right. Well, we get
crashed
the nickname. He doesn't have the brightest friends we know.
Crashed into the ditch.
Right.
And instead of anyone checking on him or anything, they all whip out their phones, and this huge crowd are laughing.
That's all they're doing?
Yeah, no one's helping him.
Oh, I thought it was like he was trying to do a stunt or something, and everybody had their.
Why were there so many people there?
I don't know. I think there was a streamer there. A famous streamer was like streaming or something, and so there's a big group or something. And it's just the all of the noise of everyone laughing and like videoing.
It goes off-roading.
Yeah, and videoing him in his face as he looks traumatized of like the embarrassment of crashing your truck in front of everyone, and then like the stress of how am I going to get my truck out?
Because you've done that twice in front of people.
Okay, that's not why. We didn't even talk about it.
What did we do when you did that?
It's
we
so
all came
funny.
and checked on you.
It's so funny that
Tried to get
Will
your car
like
out.
had very strong empathy for this poor kid who got made fun of for crashing his vehicle, and these people are making fun of him in a public setting, and immediately Kevin's like, "Oh, that's
like-
exactly like what you did. Wherever you were, giant dumbass."
If anyone would have gone up and helped him instead of laughing at him,
We all helped you.
I know.
No one got out their phones. So that does piss me off. But I mean, what else is new? Like everybody just films everything.
Yeah,
like I'm going to
course.
sound like the old guys. Like,
But I felt like the old guy watching it. Like,
oh really?
there's so many people and no one's like going to help him.
What is that? Is that Gen Alpha mostly? You think?
Surely, it's
They look like
it's-
high schoolers.
it
So
seems
I
Is
don't
Gen
know.
Alpha high school right now?
Oh yeah, 100%.
So yeah, we're done. We're done. And I know every generation has said that, but I think our generations, including yours, Will,
Yeah, we're pretty done.
we're the first ones that can mean it. Like the people who come after us they're going to kill us. They're
Don't
gonna
like
murder us.
boomers say that about millennials.
I mean,
No, I think it's just more of a general like, oh, that's not how it was when I bought my
right.
house for a chicken and some
Yeah.
eggs. But
it wasn't popular to be a Nazi for boomers and millennials.
what?
Nazis are back, Kevin, and they're crazy popular with
Nazis
the
are
kids.
Like
back.
with Gen Alpha?
Oh my, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So there is
Wait,
a
no,
rise.
this is gonna upset me.
There's a rise
huge
in far-right
right-wing, yes,
ideology online,
especially with young people.
and it's targeted, and that's why we're.
Oh,
done.
is that what adolescence is kind of about? Like with Andrew Tate?
That's true. So that is kind of
little
what it's
bit,
about
yeah.
with Andrew Tate. But that's true. Our phones take
Yeah.
us to the things that we engage with, and everything. Everybody knows this, but we do it anyway. We still do it. Why do we still do it? Our phones direct us towards the thing that is most harmful to us, and the thing that will bring us to our demise. That's what's happening.
So that
and that's
billionaires can
impossible.
make a buck
that's what. Yes, and they're selling it. They're making money off of you. Nobody
before they
cares.
even knew what it was.
So it doesn't matter
They
the
slapped a
amount
sticker
of
on it
time
on a plastic
that we
lunchbox.
explain this to each other. We have not stopped, and I don't think that we can. So let's move into the woods. Let's break all of them
Every
and
time,
move
Kevin.
into the woods.
Okay. One other video.
Let's make our own food. We'll grow our own food. Everybody can say everybody
Like
gets,
in The Martian,
everybody gets
we
fed.
use poop.
We will use poop,
I
but not to feed
am-
people. Just grow the food.
I'm down. Whenever we want to get serious about
Yeah,
this,
let's
Kevin,
pool our
let's
money.
do it.
And
This is how we talked
can-
about the
I can-
podcast before starting the podcast. Let's just start a podcast.
Yeah.
We talk about
I
it.
can-
So hey,
I
we
can-
started a podcast. Maybe we can actually
Right.
start a commune.
I can promise at least $350 towards the cause.
Well, that'll get us,
Blake and I are buying a house.
1% of the way
we
there.
could do it at their house.
What if we build woods around our house?
can't build wood?
Plant trees. Yeah, you can.
Oh, you just plant trees?
And wait 100 years.
in the
Okay.
parking
Okay.
lot of
Did
your
you see this,
apartment
Kevin?
building.
I'm not gonna like it.
Did you
This
see
is-
it?
I haven't seen it.
This is insane.
Is she preaching?
hold on.
This is an
No,
insane.
we're gonna watch
video.
the whole thing.
Oh my god.
We're not gonna watch the whole thing.
Oh my god.
Is this a child?
Okay,
Yes.
here we go.
No matter how hard I try, every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know.
Who let her do this?
I love to
Who said this was okay?
see the line where the sky meets the sea. It calls me.
Oh god.
I know.
I love this.
Oh my
I
god.
wish-
No, you don't.
I
Oh
wish.
my God.
I wish every flight was like this. I wish I could see
He's
the
lying.
talents of the future generations. They.
Oh my god.
Wrinkle, there's just no telling.
The one lady trying to sing along with her.
Everybody on this island has a role.
A little sharp right there. That's
It's
okay.
so long. She goes for
This is halfway
so
done right
long.
now.
How did this happen?
Why? Who let her do this?
This is not a flight attendant next to them, is it?
I don't know.
I don't
I'm
think
sure
so.
someone gave them permission. I'm sure a flight attendant gave them permission.
Yeah,
Are they in
somebody
the
would've
air?
stopped
Is
this.
this like, are we waiting for...
I don't know. This
So
is like
here are the multiple possibilities. Either they're in the air and they are a captive audience. Number two, what it looks like is all the lights are still on. Like they're standing. It doesn't look like anybody's moving.
Right.
There might be a delay already. And
Yeah.
so this mom is like,
Let's
I have the
entertain
perfect
everybody. Oh my god!
use your talents.
Like we're all on some road trip together.
Use your talents, Jamantha, and come and bless these people with your voice. This is what you do. This is what the Lord made you for.
Yes,
and
God.
So
that's why it's awful.
I'm not trying to get on a no-fly list, but
Oh no! Wait, no! Stop! What are you about to say?
If I was on that plane,
Death.
we're not getting off the ground. I'm at the very least, I'm getting arrested. I wouldn't do anything. I would cause a ruckus.
No hate to this girl.
I wouldn't. I would put my headphones in and watch Twilight Zone. That's what I would do.
No hate to this girl, but the parents should know how to read the room. Not everything should be centered around your child.
Of course,
she isn't Moana. Life isn't a Disney movie.
Yeah, she's a blonde white girl. Also,
Get me out of the plane immediately. Imagine waking up on a flight and some kid is just saying Moana.
Here's what you say about Twilight Zone, though. Someone pointed out in like a Stitch video that whenever those are going on the plane, it stops the screens on the plane.
True.
So everyone is having to listen to.
The stuff never works. That Wi-Fi never works on a plane. So what I do is I download stuff on my personal device.
You have to download.
You can't touch me, Moana girl.
That's true. But anyone watching, like someone stitched a video.
This was not that little girl.
No, not at all.
No,
bad parenting.
And she's a very sweet voice, and it's a sweet song. But I feel bad for her because
it adds to it when you laugh in the middle. And she does really great.
I feel bad for her.
I do feel bad.
She's never going to live that down.
In 5 years.
Oh my gosh!
Do you think that flight was in LA and they're like, there could be somebody here?
This
isn't 1936.
Yeah,
you're not going to get picked up by a talent scout and off to Hollywood.
Operator, give me RKO pictures.
Oh my god! Yeah,
I'm on a flight right now. You'll never believe what I'm hearing. I'll hold up the receiver.
That's so.
Every turn I take, every trail I track, it's about
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's super.
I didn't think that one would piss you off.
You'll never. Jamantha sings this every
That's the funniest name.
I think that's from the Saturday Night Live skit when they're talking about the Disney kids. Like it was the first time Miley Cyrus hosted when she was still with Hannah Montana. And it was like a Disney sketch that they were doing. It's like, welcome to the Disney School of Acting. The first rule of Disney School of Acting is every adult is stupid and every child is a genius. And it's just them like yelling at their parent, which was pretty genius.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, those are.
But I
a lot
figured
of
the video wouldn't really piss you off.
It didn't really piss me
it's
off.
just super
Because
cringy.
Like if I was actually on
girl.
that flight, I'd be like, "Well, this is insane," but I'm actually going to watch something else now.
Absolutely.
And that was like it. That was just the clip was 2 minutes, but she had started the song already, so she
Right.
did the whole song.
Oh,
she did the entire
I
song.
want so bad.
Why does she have it memorized?
To know the situation they were in.
Yeah,
Like-
I assume with the lights, everything on, like it was
seems
either
like
delayed.
They're
for
waiting
them going,
they're like taxiing.
or to get
right,
off.
right.
Yeah.
Like it would
And
be
so
worse.
either direction is it'd be worse
if they were trying to get
Yes,
off,
exactly.
and they were delayed, they were stuck, like
Yeah.
they couldn't get
It's
to their
literally
terminal.
what they do to torture terrorists is make them listen to things that they don't want to listen to.
Like you just went through a grueling flight, and it's the flights with the screen, so it's like at least a pretty long flight to have
Yeah.
screens like that.
Wild.
No sleeping! No sleeping!
Like I said, I don't even understand. Like, how do you even get in that situation? Does the parent of the little girl go up to a flight attendant and be like, "Stewardess, can we entertain the
I know what we can do.
passengers?"
Blaine just said stewardess. Sexist.
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 If it was a female flight
Flight
attendant,
attendant.
you would be perfectly within your rights to call her.
You would not.
stewardess.
You cannot call them stewardess anymore. Look it
Really?
up. Yeah.
Oh, I
Not,
didn't
this is like the 90s.
I didn't even know stewardess.
You're not
was
allowed
a
to say
thing.
stewardess.
Yeah, have you heard the term
Not,
stewardess?
not for a flight attendant.
Yeah.
I only say
that used to be what they were called.
I'm an old soul, and I've watched a lot of old movies.
I called them stewardess when I was 8, and I never stopped. Now bring me my pretzels, Toots. Because that's the last time they called him stewardess, Blaine. Walk those gams over this way, baby.
The little kid on airplane where they're
yeah, exactly.
like this is some Pan Am flight where they put me in a little suit.
Yeah.
Lord, can you imagine? Why did they? I mean, I guess like flying was way more expensive and luxurious back in the day, so it was more of an event.
Yeah,
but the idea of putting on a 3-piece suit to get on an airplane and sit in an airplane for 5 hours while you fly to wherever sounds
that a thing?
Psychotic.
You had to dress up to get on a plane.
Oh yeah, like in the 50s and 60s.
They wore suits everywhere in the 50s and 60s.
That's true, I guess.
Unless you're a beatnik.
But like they dressed up. They dressed up like they were going to like, the club.
Yeah, because people used to care about. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. If I lived in a time
That'd be such a funny thing.
If I lived in a time where everybody wore suits, I would like be done. I would just be like, okay, well, think of me what you're going to think of me.
But I'm showing up to work.
I'll have to live in the woods.
When everyone else is in suits, I'm going to show up in a
whatever. Like, but even the hippies are like wearing belts and slacks.
Whoa, that was cool.
Did the
I was just
stream
going to
cut
ignore
out?
it.
I don't think so. The lights flashed.
No, you're
yes,
right on
Robbie,
time.
and we have a bone to pick. You tried to kill Will, so he wouldn't come.
No, I told them that
We
you
knew
were the
that
only
fish
person
was
that
3
said
days old.
you were the person that said go be on the podcast.
That's right.
Uh,
But I also have a bone to pick because Robbie didn't play Battlefront with us on Thursday.
Battlefront 3. Is it going to happen?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
All right, conversation over.
No. Yeah. Way to yes and Blaine. Battlefront 3, let's talk about it.
You asked me a yes or no question. Yes, Andy is not just answering every yes or no question with yes.
Battlefront 3 is going to happen? Maybe. We'll see. No.
I think the studio EA doesn't.
I wanted to
like
play
do
Battlefront
things
2.
that
Y'all
are
didn't let me
good.
play Battlefront.
You said you couldn't. I invited you to play Battlefront, and you said you couldn't.
Guys,
No, I said I could do it Thursday, and then you canceled.
guys,
That's how it went, Blaine.
That doesn't sound right to me.
That's exactly what happened. I got the receipts.
guys, wait, hold on.
I'm going to read your text to me now.
Hold on, this is
What
important.
did you remember?
We've gone a whole hour of this podcast. We've not talked about the rehearsal.
Oh, that's true.
Oh my god.
The rehearsal. Go
is
watch it.
The most
I
insane
can't.
thing I've
I
ever.
can't
You haven't
watch it.
seen it, Blaine.
I can't. I haven't
Oh
watched
my
the first
God.
season.
Why have we not talked about this since the beginning?
It would literally be like watching an entire show that's just that little girl singing on the airplane.
No,
I can't do that.
No.
I can't.
The
It's
first
awful.
season is not the second season.
The first season's better. There are still moments where I'm like, I have to kind of turn away. Like the cringe is even too much for me.
Yeah. I can't take
But
that.
the second season of this show,
It's the
I
it's
do
the
really
most
want to watch all the
it's
pilots.
it's one of the most genius things I've ever seen in my life.
I don't think any. He went on CNN after this.
I know. I saw.
And they had no idea. How do these
so
people
crazy.
have any idea
Yeah.
what he's doing?
Yeah.
God,
The congressman.
An actual
Yes.
congressman.
No, Blaine.
Wait, what?
Okay. No, in the second to last episode, he does a rehearsal in front of like a panel of congressmen of how he's gonna like get the FAA to like.
Is this gonna? Blaine's yawning. Is this gonna turn into?
No,
us
I'm
just
listening.
No.
Saying the plot of.
No.
No, we're not going to explain the
Tell
plot.
me. I want to know. I've been curious
But
about it.
he wants to actually like bring in these regulations to make like air travel safer, and he has the idea of how to do it, even though he's doing it in such a funny way.
Right.
But in the second last episode, he like rehearses going in front of a panel of Congress, whatever, like a Congress meeting, and pitching this
panel.
idea. And then the episode ends. He gets to has a meeting. And
He uses HBO spokespeople to get an actual political lobbyist to get him a meeting with one of the people that's
congressman.
with the chair of this committee,
Yes.
of the aviation committee.
Yes.
Okay.
And that scene, because I can't explain it, but that scene of him pitching, it's like it's almost like it's uncut. It feels so raw.
It is. It's sort of uncut.
I think it's like one shot maybe, but it is a raw meat. It's so awkward. And
he tries to get him to agree to it, and he's just he's trying to blow him off.
Oh,
and he doesn't
my
leave.
gosh.
And so the guy just gets up. He's like, okay, well,
Good meeting.
good meeting. Have a nice day. we're leaving now.
I can't.
The funniest
I can't watch
I don't like B plot of the whole season with the last 2 or 3 episodes turning out to be it is him like trying to figure out if he's autistic and he starts to he talks to doctors and these medical professionals and they're starting to like lead to him being autistic and
they show him the test and he's like failing questions.
Okay.
And then can I tell him what happens at the end?
It's the best part though.
He
probably knows.
I'm not going to watch it.
No, you are. Blaine, I'm going to tape your eyes open.
I would rather you're going to Clockwork Orange me. Don't
tie
do that.
you down
101
to a chair, and you're going to watch the season 2.
I
you
would
don't have to watch
much
season
rather
1.
consume the media this way.
No,
through you.
No, it is everyone watching. If there's anything I want you to take away, go watch the rehearsal. I have not.
You cannot explain how it ends.
Yes, and I'm not going to explain.
No. I mean, you couldn't physically do it.
I couldn't do it anyway
in a way that would make any sense to anyone.
Yes. He is a comedic genius. He's actually smart, and you'll find out in the last episode that he is like actually smart and talented. And it's
insane.
It's incredible.
Blaine is really missing out.
Blaine is going to watch it. We will by next episode. He will finish season 2.
Blaine's life is worse than ours because he hasn't seen it.
I think so. I obviously Severance. I felt so much passion about,
but this is like real life.
It's so different. It's so different, and it feels like an actual. Like he's on CNN talking about not the show. He's talking about his aviation safety policy he wants to enforce, and it's genius. He's a genius.
The whole bit of him on what was it? One of the late night shows where
Jimmy Kimmel.
He's in the pilot's outfit and he's like, it's kind of really serious. It's not really a joke. I know sometimes
like us pilots.
People come on here and they try to be funny, but this is really serious. And every time he tries to be serious, Ani's laughing and he like has to like take a pause.
He does that on purpose. And that's why.
That's what's so funny
shtick.
about it.
So y'all have seen The Prestige, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait.
The Prestige, the movie about magicians.
Yes. Okay.
Christian Bale.
So the homework that Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman are given is to go see this magician. How does he do the disappearing fishbowl trick? You remember? This old man who can barely get around, who's getting out of a stagecoach and going into the theater, and his ending trick is he just flops a curtain. This is in like the late 1800s, early 1900s. He flops a curtain over this full fishbowl with a goldfish in it, and it disappears. And they can't figure out how he does it. And Christian Bale figures it out. You know how he figures it out? He watches him go back to the wagon. He's like an old man, like getting up into the wagon. That is the illusion. It's not what he does on stage. His life is the illusion. Because he's holding the fishbowl. He's not an old man. He's holding the fishbowl between his legs. That's why it looks like he's waddling. That's what Nathan Fielder's doing. His whole life is the joke. He never, he broke one time in his old show when the guy's talking about drinking his grandson's pee.
And you can see him break a few times.
He breaks a few times when there's something unexpected that happens, but most of the time, everything that he does is so intentional. It's about making it funnier.
Yes. Yeah.
And I don't understand how he just knows what's funny in every situation.
The way that I was introduced to the rehearsal not the rehearsal, Nathan Fielder, was the claw one.
Yeah.
Which is insane. The whole premise of that episode was psychotic, and watching him in these insane situations be completely serious with people who are hoping that he's joking.
Yeah.
Is
and honestly,
such a weird and funny.
I have more faith in the rehearsal being real than I do. I don't know if I can't imagine that claw.
I don't think that part was real. But what was real was the cop, the judge, the parents.
Yes, because you can feel the interaction.
He explained exactly what was going to happen.
Right.
And they were there and for
they're okay with it.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Psychotic.
And then he goes to the parents and he's like, "Hey, we're going to blur your faces just because people would wonder why parents would let their kids be here."
And they don't get it.
Barely blurred at all. You can definitely tell.
They still don't get it. Yeah.
Right.
So that was the joke in that one. It didn't matter if the whole thing was real. The joke was on these people thinking it was real and going along with it.
Right. I can't remember what the judge says, but they quote him at the end, at the end of the episode.
Something's going to happen, and if it does, So what?
Because the judge is like, you have to display a flippant attitude, like you don't care what might happen.
Like, and he gives him the quote. He's like something's about to happen, and if it does, so what?
Oh god, it's such a good show. The Starbucks one is super funny too.
Yeah, dumb Starbucks.
Yeah. And that one is like very real, and them confronting the guy who,
and the
like
Summit Ice, that's a real company.
Yeah, because we talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah, it comes up in rehearsal too.
I think that was the one we explained the entire.
We did
scene.
Yeah. So
sorry, everyone.
Blaine's seen that one.
I have the one where he does the hot dog stand or whatever, and people have to be honest. about
Pink's hot dogs. I went there when I was in LA.
Yeah, why they can cut the line, and the one guy is not honest, and so he follows him and like lures him onto this.
I hope you're hungry for nothing. Okay,
It's
yeah,
funny.
Let's just explain every episode.
It's so good. Yeah,
This is what I used to do.
This is the best way to watch a show.
I need to ask my siblings actually what they thought of this because I was just doing it for fun. But like on long road trips, I would.
They
like
would just
what we're
watch
doing right now.
television through you.
I would just narrate Twilight Zone episodes.
But isn't
I'd be
this
like, we open on an old man in a chair trying to read at home, and like I would
that's
explain,
the saddest episode.
I know. I'd explain the entire episode, and they probably hated it, but we haven't.
Isn't
talked
that
about
why
it.
you wanted a podcast though? So that like if people don't want to hear that, don't listen.
I think y'all want people to listen to this more than I do. I would just be doing this literally if there was nothing here. I would be just talking to you guys.
Yeah, we turn on the lights and push the button, but this is just what we do.
Did they want you to do that?
Probably
That's
not.
the thing, Shannon. I did not
Never asked.
I did not ask for consent.
This it's kind of ruined our actual hanging out experience because now we'll just be hanging out naturally all the time, and we have to be like, no, we can't talk about this
Save
right
it
now.
for the podcast.
We have to talk about it.
Yeah,
on
I know.
the podcast.
It has,
and then we don't remember.
Right,
to
and so
talk
we just
about it on
end
the
up
podcast.
like 60% of what we say to each other is like, save it for the pod,
And then we never do. And we
And
lose
so
a lot of our
we've
connection.
actually talked a lot less. This is the only time we talk.
We're kind of not great friends anymore.
Right. What's going on in your life?
I can't tell you. We got to save it for next week. The podcast is over.
Yeah, we've gone over. We can't talk anymore. And Blaine's not going to hang out with us tonight because he's being a real.
I know. I gotta
Sorry,
go to
Charlie.
sleep. I spent all weekend at the lake, and I gotta catch up on my sleep so that I can exercise tomorrow morning and get on my
hiked
diet.
10 miles
because I got a freaking wedding to get ready for in like
You're getting
3
married?
months. No,
They're 3 months?
It's they're
We
like
don't know.
they're
Hey,
shooting
are you
for, like,
supposed
the
to be
fall.
blasting what when they're getting married?
Yeah, they're fine for the 5 people that are in chat right now. They're aiming like for
way
the fall
to diminish
area.
the 5 people watching who
What?
really care.
We just got done talking about how little we care about how many people are watching.
well, you
right
can't diminish their intelligence or
Yeah.
character.
Why did I? What?
Yeah, why did you say that about our listeners? Shannon, I don't agree with what Blaine just said.
Oh my god. Anyways, I gotta get a 6-pack by the fall. So
I don't think it's gonna happen.
we can go to the store, buy one right now.
I don't think that's physically possible for any of us.
hey, if you believe that it can happen, it can happen. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't know which Moana movie taught you that.
All right, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. For some reason, Kevin and Will don't believe that I can have a 6-pack by the fall, but I'm gonna prove them. They're gonna look real silly.
prove us wrong.
They're gonna look real silly.
I meet every
mouth I meet? Is that can't be the lyrics. You said every mouth I meet.
Long to
Nope.
be.
Okay, so long, everybody. See you next time. Bye.